Shalom, family, shalom. Hopefully, everyone is doing wonderful today. I want to get into this message, family. Today is going to be Romans 13:1. I really want to shed a little bit more light on Romans 13:1 because I was having a conversation with a gentleman, and I think in this conversation there was not clarity in who we are as a people. And this gentleman used Romans 13:1. And I've also heard from other people that says people have used Romans 13:1 in conversation with them. And the mindset behind, or the spirit behind that, is you have to obey the law of the land. So let me explain this right fast. I'm not telling you go out there and steal and kill and stuff like that. That's not what I'm saying, because the law of the land actually derived most of its principles from us, from our book. This is why they have a jury of 12 and a judge and things of that nature. But again, we're going to go through this here and see how Yahsara'al even had to deal with the system himself. And we're going to see hopefully the spirit behind what Romans 13:1 is really saying, if Most High willing, So with that being said, let me start off by giving all praises and honor to the Most High Yahweh and to His Son Yahushai. I'd like to also send out a special greeting to the brothers and sisters that's willing to push this truth out there, trying to wake up the very elect. I have to also give glory and honor to the forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So, with that being said, also, family, again, I'm not trying to get anybody to believe what I say. I just want you to do the studies on your own, but hopefully I can give a deeper understanding or a different perspective, and I say different, I don't mean contrary to the word of the Most High, but bring a little bit more clarity. So let me put that out there. So let's start off in Romans 13:1, because that's really the basis of what we're dealing with. Romans 13:1, right? Romans 13:1, and it reads, "Let every soul be subject unto the higher power, for there is no power but of Elohim, the power that be or ordained of Elohim. Whosoever therefore resists the power, resisteth the ordinance of Elohim. And they that resist shall receive to themselves damnation. For rulers are not of a terror to good works, but to the evil. Wilt thou then be afraid of the power? Do that which is good, and thou shalt have praise in the same. For he is the minister of Elohim to thee for good. But if thou do it that which is evil, be afraid. For he beareth not the sword in vain, for he is the minister of Elohim, a revenger to execute wrath upon him that doeth evil." Okay, so this power was supposed to be a minister of the Most High to do thee good, for good, right? So we see that this system has shed innocent blood. This system has persecuted us and prosecuted us in the penal system unrighteously, incarceration rate. It's beyond any logic. How is it so many of our people being arrested? We were like what, 65%, 68%, and we only 13%, and then they'll try to say that we commit both. It's anyway. So I want you to think about that. So, and I know we are being judged for the iniquities of of our forefathers and for our own iniquities. But with that being said, this scripture has a deeper, this letter has a deeper understanding. It's really supposed to be amongst us as a people. And I'm going to prove that to you using other letters, you know what I'm saying, to give y'all the right and the proper understanding. Again, I'm not saying go against the system, because again, you have to begin to study your self-approval to show you that, in essence, you begin to give your rights away for privileges. You begin to give your rights away for privileges. But anyway, tell you what, let's go to Matthew. Let's go to Matthew. Again, like I say, you know, everything I get is going to be contrary to that. So again, we know the Father is not the author of confusion, you know what I'm saying, and neither Hamashiach. So either the book is lying, or your understanding is just not. It's just not where it should be. Let's go to Matthew. Let's go to Matthew 6 and 24. No man can serve two masters. So you cannot serve two masters, you know what I'm saying? You know, and when you look at the system does not follow their own rules, their own regulations. So how can you begin to deal with a system or honor a system that's not upholding the laws that it has put in place already? You know, when you have two gentlemen committed crime, one happened to be so-called black and one happened to be so-called white, and you don't judge them equally. You give the so-called black man 3 times, you know, the time, you know, or his penalty is 3 times as much. So again, that's not of the Most High. That's wickedness, right? So anyway, because that's supposed to be one law for the native born and for the foreign born. We all supposed to have the same law. It's supposed to be all equal under the law. Don't you think about that? So when you use Romans 13:1, have the mindset of understanding, even in their system, they tell you that all is equal under the law. Where did they get it from? They got it out your book. So again, listen to what you're saying when you use Romans 13:1. Think. Let's read further. No man can serve two masters, for either he will hate one and love the other, or else he will hold to the one and despise the other. Ye cannot serve Elohim and Mammon. We know that this place has had judges, lawyers, councilmen, congressmen, senators, so on and so forth, have been convicted of taking bribes. We look at how a lot of these people have gotten to office. You know, they have taken kickbacks from, you know, different maybe pharmaceutical companies or constructive companies, just to, you know what I'm saying, to put into they took money from them for their campaign to get them in office. And to get in office, and then what they do, they give them kickbacks. Again, it's corruption. But you use Romans 13:1? Wow. But let's get another scripture to give a deeper understanding. To give a deeper understanding of what's being said. Let's go to 1 Corinthians 6. 1 Corinthians 6, right? So I'll start off at verse 1. Dare any of you having a matter against another, go to the law before the unjust. Now, whoever you want to make the unjust, you want to make it the system, or you want to make it the brother or sister you having this disagreement with or whatever, you go to the law first. You go to the law first. Why would you go to unjustice system? And the book is telling you go to the law first. Wow. Go to your law first. See, let's see what your law say. I mean, are you not Yahsara'al? Or you're not Yahsara'al, go to your law first. And not before the saints. So you should go to your law even before you go to the saints. It didn't say go to your law, then go or go to the system. It says go to your law first. Then go, you know what I'm saying? Then, after you go to law, you should bring it up to everybody within your organization or your community. Wow. But again, there's a lot of wicked Negroes, so I understand why you got to get the system involved, because you have a lot of wicked Negroes out there. So you have to get them involved, because I guarantee their system is going to get you in check, and that's sad that you will not obey your own law, but you abide by the system law. So I do get that. I do get that when you do it like that. I get that. But you should have to. If we all Yahsara'al, we should go to our law first. But anyway, let's move further a bit for time's sake. Verse 2. Do ye know that the saints shall judge the world? If the world shall be judged by you, are ye unworthy to judge the smallest matters? So again, for be judging amongst yourselves. Know ye not that we shall judge angels? How much more then that pertain to this life? If ye have judgment of things that pertain to this life, set them to judge who are least esteemed in the church. Because a lot of these Negroes get puffed up. They don't want to judge righteously. And that's the problem. You don't want to go to your law and see what your law say. But anyway, I'm going to show you something dealing with Hamashiach. Let's show you something dealing with Hamashiach. Let's go to Luke. Let's go to Luke. Let's go to Luke 23. And the whole multitude of them arose and led him unto Pilate. And they began to accuse him, saying, we found this fellow perverting the nation and forbidding to give tribute unto Caesar, saying that he himself, Christ, is a king. And Pilate asked him, saying, art thou the king of the Jews? And he answered him and said, thou sayest it. And then said Pilate to the chief priests and to the people, I find no fault in this man. So Pilate found no fault in him, right? And they were the more furious, saying, he stirreth up the people, teaching throughout all Jewry, beginning from Galilee to this place. When Pilate heard of Galilee, he asked whether the man were a Galilean. And as soon as he knew that he belonged unto Herod's jurisdiction, he sent him to Herod, who himself also was at Jerusalem at that time. So Pilate didn't even have jurisdiction. I want you to think about that. Because they had a community of their own laws in their society of their own laws. Not only that, but Herod's jurisdiction, Pilate's jurisdiction was outside Herod. Now, Herod was a convert. We know that. We know Herod was a convert. You know what I'm saying? He was not an Israelite. He was put in power by Rome. But anyway, we're not even going to deal with that. That's a whole nother subject. But y'all get that spirit. I hope y'all got that. Let's go to Mark. Let's go to Mark 14, and we're going to start off at 53, right? Mark 14 and 53. And they led Yahushua away to the high priest, and with him were assembled all the chief priests and the elders and the scribes. And Peter followed him afar off, even into the palace of the high priest. And he sat with the servant and warmed himself at the fire. And the chief priests and all the council sought for witnesses against Yahushua to put him to death, and found none. So again, there was a lot of people that were not even for that. There was a lot of people that would not bear false witness against Yahushua, right? Okay. For many bear false witness against him, but their witnesses agreed not together. And there arose certain and bare false witness against him, saying, we hear him say, I will destroy the temple that is made into hands, and within 3 days I will build another made without hands. So again, so these people begin to bear all these accusations against Hamashiach, right? Let's jump down to 15, chapter 15, verse 1. And straightway in the morning, the chief priests and the held a consultation with the elders and the scribes and the whole council, and bound Yahushua and carried him away, and delivered him unto Pilate. And Pilate asked him, art thou king of the Jews? And he answered, said unto him, thou sayest it. And the chief priests accused him of many things, but he answered nothing. And Pilate asked him again, saying, answereth thou nothing? Behold, how many things they witness against thee? But Yahushua yet answered nothing. So Pilate marveled, right? So Pilate marveled, because again, he started realizing that all these accusations, their stuff wasn't even coming together. You know, he marveled at it. He was like, And he said, you know, because again, the burden of proof is on the people that made the accusation. The burden of proof is on them. Try to get that. So we're getting Pilate told me I had no jurisdiction. Then, you know, all the people that made this accusation, the burden of proof was on them. So you get, just like there's a court system right now. The same thing happens in the court system now. Again, blueprint. Let's go to John. Let's go to John. Just go to John. Now, again, like I say, you know, now these people, just like they if they want to get you in the court, they tell you swear on the Bible and stuff like that. Your book tell you don't swear anything on heaven or earth. Your book tell you do not swear on anything on heaven and earth. Again, it's all in the book. But our people, instead of going to the law first, you will go to a system. You will not follow what your book says. You're going to deal with the. Wow. Our people shoot themselves in the foot all day, man. All day. Okay, John 18, and we're going to start off at 31. Then said Pilate unto them, Take ye him, and judge him according to your law. Did not the book tell you earlier in 1 Corinthians? If there's a problem between, you know, you, go to the law first. Go to your law. Don't go to the unjust. What? Now, listen, I want you to get this. Then Pilate said unto them, Take ye him and judge him according to your law. The Jews therefore said unto him, It is not lawful for us to put any man to death. So, because they know you cannot put an innocent man to death. So again, we should be able to go to our own law. Pilate already said he didn't have jurisdiction. Then he sent him to Herod. Then he back to Pilate, and Pilate said, "Well, why don't you judge him to your law?" But again, our people don't want to get in and see what the book says. Why would you go to Romans 13:1 as justifying your emotions or your ideology? Let's go to what the book says. Let's go see what our books say. And if it's unlawful, let the matter stand. If the matter is lawful, let the matter stand. Not your feelings, not your emotions. Again, I got other scriptures I could go to, but I'm just going to leave it there for right now. Because again, by this time, we should see the spirit behind everything. We should see what was really being said. We should really see what was being said. Remember, always go get another witness. We just got several. We got what Hamashiach went through. This is why he was put to death, because our people would not go according to our law. But guess what? The prophecy had to be fulfilled. All praise to the Most High. It had to be fulfilled. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I'm going to leave it there. With that being said, family, I hope you guys got it. As usual, peace, love. Shalom.